So I hope you've been enjoying this series on the virtues. Remember, the virtues simply defined is a disposition to do the good and to avoid the evil. There is a bigger, more important definition, but that one is a nice one for you to commit to your memory. Do you seek to do the good and to avoid evil? Or do you seek just not to get caught? When I was younger, I remember thinking I just didn't want to get caught doing something. Again, much of this isn't conscious, but I can look back and think like, ooh, what if someone finds out? But as I aged, I wanted to do good for the sake of pleasing God. So focusing on these cardinal virtues is the best place to start. So I've already talked about two of the cardinal virtues. Remember, cardinal virtues come from the Latin word cardo, which means to hinge, or it means hinge. So all the other virtues come from these cardinal virtues. If I have strong fortitude, I will be able to be more chaste. I will be able to be more loving. I will be able to be more generous. Same with temperance, justice. So today I'm going to talk about temperance, which I think most of us really have a better grip on than the others. But again, for the sake of taking us to a higher level, I want to read the definitions because I don't do them justice when I kind of let it come off the top of my mouth. So temperance is the moral virtue that moderates the attraction of pleasures as fortitude moderates the fears of pain. So it's called moderation, right? Do you just go to your pleasures and you don't care, or do you run from your pains? Or can you find that balance? So without temperance, we cannot rise above the level of animals, right? So all animals do is live by their instincts, their desires, their fears, and especially to the instinct of seeking pleasure and fleeing pain. That's what animals do. But we are better than the animals. When God created us in the garden, he said all the animals were good, but this is very good. He gave us an intellect. So temperance, here's another definition, ensures the will's mastery over the instincts. Thus, it's also called self-control. And it keeps desires within the limits of what is honorable and provides balance. For instance, there is nothing wrong with drinking alcohol, nothing, in moderation. But there is a sin of drunkenness. There's nothing wrong with having sex. It's the most beautiful act God created between a husband and a wife. Do you just have sex with whomever you want, or even if you're having it with just one person, have you been temperate and waited till you're married, or do you just like, let's do it now, we're going to get married anyway? Do you have to eat, but do you eat too much? Do you eat it all, or can you control that which you take in? Fasting is a good habit for a good cure for gluttony. So there's so many things. Being righteous and fighting for the Lord is good. But if you don't balance it with mercy, then it's a problem. Then it's vengeful. God has us walking on this like fine line, and I'll admit it's very difficult at times. One side is good, one side is evil. Sometimes it's so close to the line, you're not exactly sure. So temperance says, I need to do enough. I need to do as much as I can do without doing too much or too little. Sometimes seems like a hard thing to do. But in this, we do raise ourselves above the animals. Does your spirit control your flesh? Or does your flesh control your spirit? Do you live by pleasures too much? Can you not buy all those purses or all those shoes? Can you say no? When you buy something new in your closet, do you get something out? All of these are ways of practicing temperance. When you want to scream and yell at your husband, do you bite your tongue instead and choose silence? There are times where you need to speak out, but there are times where you need to be silent. And the virtue of temperance is your guide. Of course, when you pack all four of these together, perfection, fortitude, the strength to do what's right, temperance, finding that balance, patience, justice. I forgot the other one. Did I just mess that up? I did. Wisdom, justice, fortitude, and temperance. I know them. I just messed it up. We need to strengthen all of them. And at the end of the series, I'm going to see which one you feel is your weakest, which is the one that the Lord is calling you to strengthen. So I'd love to hear from you. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. How temperate are you? Where do you need help? How can I help? Find me at breakfastwithbacon.com. Find me also on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and Instagram. I love when my people reach out. I love hearing from you around the world. You make me a better person. God bless you. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. And don't forget to keep on living your life sunny side up. Sometimes I think that's SONNY, sunny side up.